name is Ibinabo Abam. Welcome to Frank Talk. Last episode on Frank Talk, I had some parents up here and we discussed a few things like parents playing favoritism on their children and how to train up your child. This episode, we'll be talking about siblings rivalry, device control, TV, and discipline. With me here I have
Nkechi, Orekyeh.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Frank Talk. You know, as children, we mess up sometimes. Yeah, because we're children. What's your take on discipline? Like, in what ways do you discipline your children at home?
Okay, so for discipline, when my son came here and he was giving you the gist of flogging, actually, yes, if I warn you over a period of time, I'm not afraid to use my rod. Because if you spare the rod, you'll actually spoil the child. So I will spank you. But I've come to the point my boys have come to the point, because I have 3 boys. And we've come to the point where spanking, I don't think, has any more effect on them. So what we do is that we have conversations. Why did you do what you did? Do you understand? And then we'll now begin to see the pros and cons. Is it good? At the end of the day, did you feel good about what you did? And then we now draw lessons from what you've done. So one of my mentors says she actually speaks to her children using the scriptures. So I'll now take what you did, because I need you to understand that whatever you're doing, sometimes you think you're answerable to your parents. That's what a lot of children. So you want to please your parents, and then sometimes you might not do what you're supposed. But the essence of everything you do as a human being is because of God. So if I draw from the scriptures, we now go to the scriptures and then we look at, so let's look at how it happened. Then what are the stories? What did the 10 commandments say concerning this matter? Concerning stealing, concerning lying, cheating, and all. And then we're now able to draw our conclusions, and then you now know why you shouldn't do what you did. That's why he said, when my mom scolds me, how did he say it again? It hits my conscience. Yeah. Because it's the scriptures. I'm using the scriptures to correct him. And of course, as a human being, when you've been told you've done wrong, it will touch you. And you see the reasons why you now have to do things better.
Thank you so much. Like she said, when you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So parents out there, please don't spare the rod. Because like my mom, anytime I do something wrong, and she has told me over like 2 times, and I still do that thing, she'll spank me because she doesn't want to spoil me. So parents, please do not spare the rod. So don't be afraid to use your rod so you won't spoil your child. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Frank Talk. So the second question is, how do you settle sibling issues in your home?
Okay, so it's a very funny method that I have in my house. You are not allowed to beat anybody. If you want to beat anybody, you take permission from me. So you hear things like, "Mommy, I want to beat Chibudum." Yes. So because I will tell you, is that how I beat you? So you cannot raise your hand immediately and hit someone. You have to think about it, and you have to take permission. So when it comes to, that's how I try to reduce the friction in my house, and that's how I try to curtail the rivalry. Now, sometimes rivalry will occur because a parent loves one person over the other. So I think to reduce sibling rivalry in my house, I don't have any. My children will say it's a lie because everybody thinks they are my favorite. So do you understand? So I'll say something like, "Oh, you're my favorite first child. I only have one first child, You're my favorite second child. I only have one second child, you know? So everybody thinks they're my favorite. But the truth of the matter is that I love everyone equally, and they all know that. So when it comes to issues, maybe, you know, you're not allowed to be, you have to calm down and then come and tell me about it. What went on? What is the problem? What happened? And then, oh, he did this and he did that. So if I see that you need a little bit of touching, I will permit whosoever you have annoyed to touch you. Yes, it's allowed, especially when a younger person, the younger one, tries to get into the face of the older one. Maybe because he thinks, oh, mommy won't allow you beat me. So maybe that day I'll just surprise you and you get the beating of your life. But the truth of the matter is, you, above all, you try as much as possible, or I have tried as much as possible to bring my boys together to the point where they know that they are each other's best friends, you know. So let's, you know, less of quarrels, less of fighting, less of, you know, let's cooperate on the things that we have. Okay, we want to play a game. Let's play that quietly. Let's cooperate, you know. And I think we've come to that point where, you know, if it's them being opposing each other on a date, no. At least they've learned how to play nice and be nice to each other.
Okay, thank you so much, Auntie Nkechi. The third question is, how do you control like TV watching, and how long do your children spend watching TV?
In my house, when the school starts, we don't subscribe to Go TV again. We don't subscribe. And of course, when there's no Go TV, there's nothing to watch. It's uninteresting. So you focus. You get to focus. Then maybe if we have something like a movie and all of us want to watch it, it takes maybe an hour, 2 hours. So we all watch that together. And it must be wholesome. Like I tell my older children, if you think your younger brother should not be watching it, then you shouldn't be watching it as well. So that's the mantra. So when you want to watch something, first of all, is it wholesome? Secondly, is it going to interfere with whatever I have to do now? Have you done your homework? If you've done your homework, then you're allowed. But if you've not done your homework, why are you putting on the television? Why are you going to go and watch television? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it mustn't interfere with whatever you are supposed to be doing at that particular point in time. Okay, so my second son, he does a lot of cooking. So he will now, maybe he's watching something and then he wants to carry it to sit in front of the television. No. You can't. Undivided attention. Finish this before that. Do you understand? So like I said, when we start school, there is no TV. Over the weekends, knock yourself out. You can watch whatever you want to watch, you know, but let it be that it is not interfering with what you're supposed to be doing at that particular point in time.
Okay, thank you so much, Auntie Nkechi. Like she said, when school starts, she doesn't subscribe to Go TV channel. My mom does that too. Like, we don't use the phones for a week. Only when weekend we have done our homework, then that's when we can watch whatever we want to watch with our phones. But when school starts, we are not allowed to touch it. She keeps it in her room drawer, so no one has access to go there and take their phones. Unless you're using it for your homework or you want to make a research. That's when she allows you. Thank you so much, Auntie Nkechi. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Friend Talk. I want to ask you one last question.
Okay.
Your son Chibudum was here on Friend Talk, and he discussed his experience. So what's your take on parents playing favoritism on their children?
Okay, I think parents that play favoritism on their children don't know the level of damage that it will cause to their children. I've seen favoritism played out in a family. In fact, my mom's family, and till now, the siblings have not recovered because it was so obvious that my grandma liked, she knew the people that she liked and the people she didn't like, and it didn't unify that family, it didn't unify. So I learned from my grandmother not to do that to my own children. Parents shouldn't, as much as possible, don't have favorites amongst your children because it will only sow seeds of discord, hatred, resentment. And when it does that, it breaks down the family. It really does break down the family. Every child is unique. Every single child is unique. And as a mother, you can't say, oh, because you're stubborn, I don't like you. It's not possible. So we should learn to look beyond whatever attitude our children are throwing at us, and love them all equally and uniquely, the same way that they are created, Because if we look at it, it's the same thing with God. There's some of us that are very terrible, but God loves us all the same. Some people say it's hard, but I've looked at it, and for me, it's the same 9 months that I carried this one, that I carried this one, and I carried this one. So why would I want to make anyone more special than another person? They are all my children. I didn't borrow from another person. Do you understand? And they didn't come and give me. I know the process through which I had my children. So we shouldn't do that. Because when your children see that, oh, it's like mommy likes this person more than, they start hating their brother and start resenting you as a mother. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you will see that in their character. They might not come close to you as the others are doing, and in the end, like I said, I've seen that firsthand. It breaks down a family. There is no recovery from that at all. So favoritism, parents having favorite children and showing it, no, it shouldn't be.
Thank you so much, Auntie Nkechi. Like she said, parents are not meant to play favoritism on their children, and it spoils the family in a way that you can't recover from it. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Ibinabo.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, viewers, for watching. And please, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ibinabo Abam TV. Please do not forget, subscribe and like that channel. Till I come your way again, I remain Ibinabo Abam. Bye!